Hey everyone, it's Amanda Radke back for another episode of the Heart of Rural America podcast, the show where we highlight great people doing inspiring things in rural America to strengthen agriculture and strengthen their communities. It's beef month, and there's a lot happening this month with producers all across the country promoting beef, talking about cattle, debunking myths. Scarlett and I just got done doing a book reading of her book, Scarlett and Lucky, and my book, The Journal of Rowdy the Cow Kid, at a local school. But it's exciting because with a book, it doesn't have to be just me in the classroom. That book can travel the country, and it does. These books put on a lot of miles, teaching kids about where their food comes from and talking about how beef gets from pasture to plate. And so today is a very fun episode that we're going to be highlighting three different beef programs across the country that are doing great work to promote cattle and in their own unique ways. And hopefully, by listening to their stories, you too will be inspired to go out and make an impact because our industry has a great story to tell. It's a positive one to tell, and the truth is on our side. But it's up to us to go out and share the good news. So today, to kick things off, I have two wonderful guests from Jones County beef producers, Lydia Grant and Devan Cress. Welcome to the show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Excited to have you both on, and I know you guys have been wildly busy promoting beef. So for starters, I guess Lydia, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do in the cattle industry.
Sure. My husband and I are actually, like you said, from Eastern Iowa. We met at Iowa State University and returned to my family farm. We have three young sons, and we both work full time on the farm. He manages kind of the agronomy mechanical side, and I manage the cow calf operation. And that's kind of, day to day on the farm is kind of what we do. So, yeah.
That's wonderful. What breed of cattle?
We do all crossbreeding. So
Okay.
Angus, Simmental, Hereford, Gelbvieh. We just kind of continue to do a mix. We AI everything. So I enjoy the repro side of things. And that's where a lot of inspiration comes from for some of our activities.
That's awesome. Now, Devan, how about you?
Yeah, so I'm from Eastern Iowa as well. My husband and I attended Iowa State, and then we moved back to Eastern Iowa and started our own small cow calf herd. We raised registered shorthorns. We are playing with some crossbreeding right now because we also AI, and so we like to look at the genetics as well. But we have two little kids, 4 and 5. So our operation's very small, so both of us have jobs currently off the farm, but we try to, do our farm work at night and work cattle when we can, and also try to teach those kids about the livestock.
I get it. So between the three of us, what is that? 9 kids? I have 4 kids. So it's like three moms on a mission today on the show, and with a love of kids and cattle and family and community and all the things. So yes, I have kindred spirits here with you two as my guests today. So tell me a little bit about Jones County and what you guys are doing, some of the grassroots efforts that you guys have going on right now.
So we had started the Jones County Beef Producers in the fall of 2021. Kind of like the inspiration and ideas kind of I had through even the last 10 years working on the farm, and I felt I've been lucky enough to have like great mentors. I've attended a lot of beef conferences and learned the importance of networking. Most recent, I was asked to be on the Iowa Beef Industry Council Board, which has been a really good experience, but it also allows me to be involved at the state level, learn more about checkoff, and then kind of opens the door to more ideas to do with our local county kids in our adult group. I would say one of the programs that stuck out to me early on was the Iowa Cattlemen's Leadership Program. We would travel the state and tour different businesses and have a really great eye opening experience in building connections. And I thought this would be super beneficial for kids in doing it in kind of a county level and thinking of all these things that we could use in our county that I would have enjoyed, and a lot of other young producers like we would have really enjoyed in high school, especially even having like beef royalty and a youth beef team and things like that were kind of stewing as ideas. And just being able to reach out to a few other passionate beef, enthusiasts that I knew, in putting our ideas together. We had sat down, wrote out our goals and our mission statement. And over the first couple months, we had a lot of new faces that came into our meetings, and we've met a lot of wonderful people that we probably wouldn't have crossed paths with. And it's led us to, a lot more in our group than we ever thought. So it's been a really rewarding experience just to start this group at all.
Well, it's amazing to see just like the huge list you guys have going on, from the vet camp for the elementary kids to the beef passport program to encourage people to buy local beef. How do you guys, Devin, I guess, how do you guys carve out the time for that? I mean, you're busy moms, you're working, you've got cattle. Like, how are you squeezing this all in?
Yeah, so our husbands have had to step up a lot with the kids, I would say, and so they're out dragging kids with them while doing farm work, so that our group and the I won't say just the women in our group, because we do have men in our group, and a lot of our husbands are very engaged in our group as well and try to do the activities with us. But I feel like the women have taken more of a lead on our organization and putting on these efforts. And so, the guys have had to take that lead on taking the parenting role while allowing us to get off the farm for a little bit to be able to make some of these activities happen for the youth.
That's so cool. Well, tell me a little bit more about this passport program. That's really piqued my interest too. I mean, this whole show is about encouraging people to really spend their dollars where their values are. And if we want to see rural America thrive, we need to spend our money close to home. And so I think putting dollars back in the hands of producers that are selling beef and then connecting consumers closer to the farm and ranch is awesome. So tell me about this passport thing.
Yeah, I can start. So the passport program, we had seen some other counties around us, and the state of Nebraska actually were doing a program very similar to this. So we decided, how can we do this on a smaller scale for our county, and make it something that is great and easily accessible for the people in the community. So trying to educate and promote the purchase and enjoyment of beef products within our county was something we knew we wanted to do. So by partnering with locally owned eating establishments within our county, so we had 14 that participated the last couple years with us. So we had 14 restaurants, and they rotated the last 2 years. Be a part of this program. And so the goal is to have people pick up. So I have one of our old passports here. So they pick up this passport, and then in this passport, there's the 14 restaurants that they can go to. They earn a stamp if they order a beef product. So they would earn a stamp on that restaurant stamp, and then they try to collect as many as they can within a 3-month time frame. In that 3-month time frame, they turn these passports in, and then they get selected into drawings based on the number of stamps they've earned. So
Okay.
it's a way to get people into those businesses and buy beef products back. So
That's incredible. Lydia, let's talk about how we connected was through a new program, which you guys haven't implemented yet, but it's in the works, right? Tell me a little bit about the Junior Beef Readers program. And we connected over books on that.
Yeah, absolutely. The junior beef readers is something we kind of were inspired by seeing the North Dakota state do it. And we thought this is something that's easy enough to put together and encourage kids to read. This whole month we've advertised it, and we've had about 100 kids sign up just in our county from grades from preschool all the way up to 6th grade.
Okay.
Everybody who participates will get a gift from us, and they will start May 1st. They will log their reading every week, kind of the suggested minutes. And by the end of May, they can mail or email in their reading log. And we kind of came up with a fun incentive would be to have a drawing for two fire tablets, just to encourage more reading. And so we had kind of have some fun little things and giveaways to give the kids. But so far it's going really well. It's our first time doing it. So we will kind of follow along and then see what we can add next year.
And you have some beef specific books, correct? I know a few of mine are on the list. Can you tell some of the books that you're encouraging kids to read that would teach kids about the beef cattle business?
Yes, we absolutely have some of your books. We plan to share them throughout the month. The kids do not have to read a beef book at all, but we want to encourage um, good beef literacy as much as we can. So we share some of your books. And, I guess I would say it kind of leads into the beef books program that we have offered. And I know we've, talked to you throughout our time using the beef books and tagging you and the kids, our youth beef team and beef ambassadors read in the classroom. So it really ties together well, this program, with other programs that we do where we're reaching out to elementary schools and donating the book after the kids read. And it's been a really great experience for everybody.
That's so great. Yeah, I'm like a proud little mommy of all these beef ambassadors that are out there sharing the books in school. So I'm just like, they don't know me or anything, but it's just fun to see them out doing that work. And if it's not too late, I would like to add my complete beef set or book set, like 10 books as a prize. So if you wanted to add one more prize as an incentive, I'll ship it to whoever you decide is the winner. So add
That
it
would
to
be awesome.
That is amazing.
Thank
Cool.
you so much. Yeah.
I swear I probably give away more books than I sell because I'm just like, I just like to see kids happy. It just makes
I
me
know.
happy. So tell me, I guess, what else is on the horizon through Beef Month or the rest of 2024?
Well, we are Beef Month. We're donating beef to the food pantry. So we'll start that also next week. That's been, a really eye-opening experience for us to go and really talk to each of those food pantries. We're gearing up for our new beef ambassadors to be interviewed. Our youth beef team, we've continued to do really fun beef-related hands-on activities. We last fall did like an AI clinic where we had a tech come in and the kids were able to actually practice on live repro tracks. I wouldn't say live, but we had a local locker help us out to get some repro tracks that are obviously there for the kids to really see the full anatomy and what they're doing, and then be able to practice on a cow. Some of these different hands-on activities that we've provided them with ultrasounding and chiropractic and dissecting, the kids tell us like, we'd never be able to do this at home, and my dad wouldn't let us give shots, and they really make us like, we really appreciate hearing that feedback and knowing like we're setting aside time to really teach them about processing calves and take the time to let them, do all the things. And I think our group feels that it's very important to this age group, giving them the education and experience, because they are going to go out into the world and they are going to leave our little county, and they are going to be challenged with different like beef related issues, and we want them to feel like strong, confident advocates. They do have a voice, they have tried this and that and experienced things, and they've had the proper education. So we can only hope that as they go through the next few years, they feel strongly about standing up and educating others what's the correct the correct thing about beef, whatever it may be.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's incredible. We only have a few minutes left before we're going to head to our next guest on today's show, but kind of want to hit you guys with maybe a more difficult question. I mean, there's a lot of challenges facing the beef industry today. And I guess just from your perspective, how do you see some of this beef promotion and consumer outreach and these programs? How do you think it's driving either profitability back to the producer, or creating new opportunities maybe for the next generation wanting to get into this cattle business that we all love?
Yeah, so I would say by doing the work and educating those young beef enthusiasts to understand the beef industry and highlighting different areas and sectors within the industry is a great way to expose them and allow the ability to open their eyes to maybe a new and different role than what they're used to. So they might, just see the traditional everyday on the farm, but opening up their eyes to maybe like doing some of that locker work, or maybe, moving over and doing embryo collection and stuff like that. I think educating as much as we can the younger generations is going to be the best benefit for the beef industry down the road.
Absolutely. How about you, Lydia?
Yeah, I think, we don't expect these kids to go into, even the ag field, but maybe like these early experiences will inspire them to look into an ag field career and maybe even a beef career. I think we obviously live in a world where social media is such a big thing, and there's a lot of great people doing great things promoting beef online, but there's also, a lot of negativity. And I think influencing the kids to, like I said, have a voice as much as they can is important. Even like just being involved with, very recently the beef checkoff, like we have a lot of people working really hard for the beef producer in a lot of different areas that we can appreciate. So I think we're in good hands, but we have a lot of challenges coming our way.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your efforts and just the energy that you're applying to promoting beef and sharing our story and going out and just making things happen. Because I always say if there's a challenge out there, we can't just sit around whining about it. We have to go out and fix it ourselves. And you guys are doing that. So I want to thank you and the entire crew with the Jones County beef producers. And thank you so much for coming on the show, and hope to see you both on the Dusty Trail.
Yes, thanks for having us. Thanks
Yes,
so
thank
much
you
for
so
everything you do as well.
Thank you.